Are you able to touch on some of the lesser known names that make up the Nasdaq-100 Index? Some of the names perhaps down in the tail, and any interesting developments that might be happening in that space?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of the names that have joined the index recently, the last few years, there's been a bit of a mixture of names coming in. 2022, which was a down year for the markets overall, but especially for tech and this index. Most of the names that joined were not part of the tech sector. They were in other sectors like energy or utilities or industrials. So we do have some of those names. Last year, we had only 3 names joined in December for the formal sort of annual reconstitution. Axon Enterprise, which is sort of an untraditional physical security type of name within the U.S., as well as MicroStrategy, right, which is sort of shedding its historic identity as a tech software type of company and going all in on crypto and Bitcoin. And then you also had Palantir, which was a listing switch towards the end of the year. They used to be NYSE listed. They switched over to Nasdaq. I think the most important trend to note with all these additions over the last couple of years is that, at least last year, you had to have a market cap of $40 billion to get added to the Nasdaq-100. $40 billion. It's huge. That number has gone steadily up for years now. And when you compare it to something like the S&P 500, it's actually, I would say, much more of a true large cap index these days in terms of the number of companies that really meet the definition of what you would consider an average large cap company. Whereas the S&P still tracks a number of companies, I would say at least 50 or so, that are in what you would consider to be more sort of like the mid-cap range these days. So that's my biggest takeaway, is that this has really grown into a true large cap index where you need substantial market cap to get in.